and welcome back to AP Biology 5.5 and 5.6 of Heredity. So for 5.5, it is environmental effects on phenotype, and phenotype is what is shown physically of the genotype, and in this case, ability of one genotype to produce more than one phenotype. And part of the effects of the phenotype is based on environmental factor, which can influence gene expression. So here we have the example of the plants, the flowers. The flowers have the same genotype, but because of the environmental, it can be affected. In this case, it is showing flowers, and the flowers are affected by the acid, or the pH levels in this case, which is acid. Organisms can have same genes but show different forms based on external factors. Then we have another example, which is stomates. If there is more CO2, then there will be more stomates, but if there is less CO2, then there will be less stomates. And that is it for 5.5. Then we are going to 5.6, which is chromosomal inheritance. So we already know segregation, which is each gamete receives only one parental allele. And then we have independent assortment, which is basically Mendel's law, and it suggests that genes for two or more traits will be assorted into gametes independently. So genes are not linked, they are independent. And then there's also random fertilization, which is any unique sperm created by a male conjoined with any unique egg created by a female. Basically, it's random, and all of these are a genetic variation. Then there is human genetic disorders, which can be attributed to inheritance of a mutated allele. Chromosomes can carry mutated alleles, and the law of segregation and independent assortment explains how mutated alleles can be randomly distributed to gametes. Mutations contribute to genetic diversity in offspring and can manifest as genetic disorders when the variation affects in a negative way the functioning of the offspring. This can be based on whether the sperm is not developed or the egg is not developed, and there can also be extra chromosomes. Like, for example, Down syndrome is an example of an extra chromosome, and human genetic disorders can be attributed to specific chromosomal changes. Non-dysfunction, failure of chromosomes to fully separate during the formation of gametes, that is another one, which is when the chromosomes don't separate into two, they just stay in one, and that is just called non-dysfunctional. Some other examples is like a non-dysfunction resulting in the productive cells in more than one chromosome, like I said earlier, and resulting in offspring with more than two sex chromosomes. There can be like more chromosomes, which some of the other symptoms and signs can be like ADHD, developing speech, abdominal pain, and low IQ, or just having a delayed motor development. Another example is Turner syndrome. Parent to offspring inheritance can be analyzed to determine patterns of gene transmission. This can be checked with a paradigm. I forgot what it was called. Another one would be Huntington's disease, and that would be it for 5.6. Bye!